The federal government had in 2009 reached an agreement with ASUU, which the union claimed that some state governments had refused to implement. ASUU says that many parts of the agreement due for renegotiation in 2012 had not been implemented, aside from the salary components which had been implemented. The pressure group notes that some of the areas of the agreement that the government has refused to implement are the 70-year retirement age for academics at the professional cadre, earned allowances and funding. Our next report takes a look at what looks to be another lull in an academic sector that is already bruised and battered.
Education as a growth indices in any society remains critical to the development of that given society and its citizenry. Over the years, successive governments and the workforce at tertiary institutions have occasionally engaged in discussions over the funding ratio for higher education. Where no truce is reached with government, the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASUU, have often used the weapon of strike actions to press home its demand, leading sometimes to a close down of academic activities for months. At those times, students have had to sit back at home indefinitely. ASUU made demands as condition to return to work, which included injection of funds into universities to stem decay, payment of allowances, and 70 years retirement age for academic of the professor cadre, among others. In a new twist of things, over the weekend, ASUU announced its commencement of a warning strike starting from midnight Sunday, 25th of September 2011.
So we go to federal government, say federal government, it is required that these campuses be secured, but this is the bill implication. So increase the allocations to universities so that issues of security, learning environment, teaching environment, accommodation can be addressed and addressed properly. And the government says, no problem, we'll do that. We'll be increasing your budgetary allocation so that all these issues that tie down on money, that come back to be tied on money, will be addressed. Then the government goes to reduce the budgetary allocation to the sector. Not only does it not increase it, it further reduces it progressively.
Reacting to this recent pronouncement by ASUU, observers, while sympathizing with the school's body, still wonder why it appears the federal government only heeds to demands by labor force when they institute strike actions. But again, the same school of thought would rather that ASUU comes up with more creative ways of dealing with the federal government on matters bordering on remunerations and sundry matters.
If you compare Nigerian universities to South African universities, the lecturers they are poorly paid. That's why the salary they get here is 30% of what their counterparts are being paid in South Africa. So they are not putting much effort towards lecturing the students in the way they should have done.
Between 1993 and 2008, universities in Nigeria were closed down for 36 months. It's been a decade-long battle between federal government and ASUU. In 2007, it took a presidential intervention to avert an ongoing strike. Once again, there will be a disruption of academic calendar and the students will be worse for it.
I personally want to appeal to the federal government.